So welcome to this special update video on Hurricane Iselle, whatever you want to call it. I'll try and call it Iselle because I think that's how you call it. So it's weakened markedly, and that's some very good news for residents in the Hawaiian Island group. It's gone from pretty much 120 knots yesterday to 90 knots today in about 30 hours. So that's on average about a knot per hour. So it's pretty significant weakening if you ask me. And if trends continue, but if it would be no guarantee to hit Hawaii, but it would be probably reach the islands as a tropical depression or post-tropical remnant low. But the thing is that conditions only improve. Shear, which increased after an IOL replacement cycle overnight, and it quickly transitioned from an annular hurricane to a banding one. And after an ERC and a transition away from an annular hurricane, and then it started suffering from increased wind shear, though it's starting to decrease already, as alpha on the western side of the storm is already improving. And the sea surface temperatures do not decrease much over the current path, and shear is supposed to relax markedly once again, so that could allow a more regionally favorable environment that could support a tropical storm of some kind. And there's probably going to be any of like Rick in 2009. It's kind of weakened a lot, then held its own as a high NTS. That's what I'm expecting. So I'm expecting there's still uncertainty, and some models do re-intensify this into a Cat 1 as it nears the islands. With winds of about, what do you want to call it, about 65, 70 knots, but I'm not going to guarantee, I won't say it would not happen, but I do not think it's particularly likely at this present time. However, interested in Hawaii needs to monitor the system very closely. They are now under a tropical storm watch. That means a tropical storm watch means that gale force conditions or winds over 39 miles per hour are possible within the next 48 hours. So that is probably, in this case, the tropical storm force winds won't start reaching the islands to about 36 to 48 hours. So the expectation would be 40 mile per hour higher winds in about 36 to 48 hours, and possibly a hurricane force wind gust over the big island of Hawaii. As for the other islands, there's still some uncertainty. Track could very well shift northwards. It shifted more southward over the past several days, but it could shift northward again. And the CPHC, which is not a very good agency, in my opinion, might have to revise the track northward once again. However, we should still expect the system to gradually weaken over marginally favorable conditions, but it should still remain a tropical cyclone by the time it at least come close to doing so by the time it reaches the Hawaiian Islands. Right now, I'm thinking anywhere from 50 miles per hour to 75, 70 miles per hour for landfall intensity. So it should be at a steady state tropical storm by the time it makes landfall. The Great Hawaiian Shear, which the past few decades has ripped everything apart that has come near the Hawaiian Islands, now does not appear very strong, and it really does not kick in until about 48, 60 hours. By the time the system will be about several hours away from landfall, it should not have too much of an effect. Maybe weaken it a little bit. No, but once it gets past Hawaii, it'll be a factor against intensification. Because otherwise, the environment that will be moving into once it leaves Hawaii will be quite favorable for cyclone intensification. And but Iselle is expected to remain a weak tropical storm there and not intensify any further once it gets past the main Hawaiian Islands in about day 3. But now, In addition to Iselle behind it, we have a strengthening tropical storm Julio, which is starting to rapidly intensify. As I talked about last night, could be of a serious threat to Hawaii. However, the guidances came to better agreement overnight, and now we're showing a more, we're going to call easterly track. And aside from the, we're interested in putting it northeast of the islands, but the Hawaii could still get some effects. The tropic set are similar to significant Hawaii landfalls, however, it is not entirely the same, and thus the system is no guarantee to hit Hawaii, but so again, if the guidance shifts a little bit, Hawaii could once again be receiving the core of this, or could be a potentially strong hurricane. Really, it could be, because the environment is probably a little bit better since Iselle will clean up the dry air, which is Iselle's only problem right now, and allow Julio to maintain more or all of its strength by the time it makes its closest approach to the islands around 5-6 days out. And even still, there's not full agreement, no gap, both the no gaps, and JFDL, which historically going back 10, 15 years, 20 years, have been somewhat reliable computer models. Do still rain over the island, so Hawaii's not off the hook. But in the short term, Julio is going to rapidly intensify. And it probably is already. It probably will become a category 2, 3, maybe an annual hurricane, since shear is going to be low by the time it's over 26 degrees Celsius sea surface temperatures. Thus, it could maintain its intensity longer over cooler waters than otherwise expected to. But it should not become a category 4 like Iselle. I do not expect that to happen at this time. It was in a much better moisture environment than Iselle ever was. And you can just tell it's more like a tropical storm. That's what one of those banding type systems that becomes a major and decays over cooler waters. Anyway, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed watching, and feel free to leave a comment if you have a question or whatnot. Thank you for watching again. I'm signing off. Goodbye.